What? I can't be talking about movies and not have popcorn. What's up, you guys? It is VEDA day 9 and I am back with a tag video for you today. This is the top 10 favorite movies tag that Estelle tagged me in. Estelle, I hate you. Thank you very much. Before I get started, I wanted to let you guys know that this tag was a freaking struggle for me to do. I've already recorded this video once and I didn't like how it turned out. It was way too long and for some reason I was talking extra slow. I don't know what the hell was going on. But anyway, what I had to do to narrow down this list of 10 movies, because everybody knows that I love movies and television, I had to eliminate dance movies, musicals, Disney movies or any animated films, and sports movies. Those 4 categories of movies are not in this list because I just can't choose between movies in those categories. So don't judge me. So let's get started. My Cousin Vinny, starring Joe Pesci and Marissa Tomei. This movie is about 2 New York kids on their way to UCLA. For some odd reason, they decide to travel through Alabama to get there, and they make a pit stop in Alabama and they get charged with murder. So one of the kids calls his lawyer cousin Vinny, played by Joe Pesci, to come down and defend him. Vinny brings along his girlfriend, Mona Lisa, played by Marissa Tomei, and her biological clock. The problem is, Vinny isn't a criminal lawyer and he hasn't actually had to go to trial yet. School Daze, which is a Spike Lee film, is starring Giancarlo Esposito, who you might know from Breaking Bad, and he was also on Once Upon a Time, and he's currently on Revolution, which is one of my favorite shows on television right now. And also Lawrence Fishburne. This movie is basically about life at an HBCU. If you don't know what HBCU stands for, it stands for Historically Black College or University. School Daze was my first glimpse into black college life and the politics of hair, skin color, and Greek life. You're just a jigaboo, trying to find something to do. You're just a wanna be better than me. Money Talk, starring Charlie Sheen and Chris Tucker. Charlie Sheen plays this struggling reporter who gets Chris Tucker busted for some petty ticket scams or whatever. Charlie Sheen was just looking for a story. Anyway, on the way to prison, Chris Tucker gets mixed up in this escape of some foreign billionaire guy and some diamond situation. So Chris Tucker turns to Charlie Sheen to help him get out of the mess. With Chris Tucker's loud and crazy humor, and then you got Charlie Sheen's dry sarcasm, and they just make a really good comedy team. Men of Honor, starring Cuba Gooding Jr. and Robert De Niro. This is a beautiful story of Carl Bashir, the first African-American amputee U.S. Navy diver, and the guy who trained him, which is played by Robert De Niro. I don't like Cuba Gooding Jr. as an actor, but I love him in this movie. It is just a really good story, and I'm a sucker for based on true story movies. Double Jeopardy, starring Ashley Judd and Tommy Lee Jones. So Ashley Judd's character gets convicted of murdering her husband, but she was framed. She was framed by her best friend and her husband. Ooh. So in prison, she learns about this thing called double jeopardy, and it's where if you get convicted of a crime, you cannot be convicted of the same crime twice. So if you get convicted of murdering your husband and that motherfucker ain't dead, and you go kill his ass, you walk away clean and free. That's all I'm gonna say about that movie. But no, anything that Ashley Judd touches turns to gold. I fucking love her. Go watch the movie, people. The Long Kiss Goodnight, starring Gina Davis and Samuel L. Jackson. This movie is about Charlie Baltimore, and she's a badass, and you're gonna die screaming, motherfucker. So the movie starts off with Gina Davis's character being all housewifey and whatever, and then these people bust in and they try to kill her. But she goes all super ninja assassin on them and she takes them all down. The movie is freaking awesome. Go watch it if you want to find out the rest. Lean on Me, starring Morgan Freeman. It's based on a true story. It's about high school principal Joe Clark, who goes and cleans up the school that he used to teach at, but his methods aren't exactly proper. On his first day on the job, he expels like 200 students, and he's like, one bad apple spoils the bunch. Well, what if you got 200 bad apples? The movie is about school systems and fixing them up and all the shit that goes wrong in inner city schools and just awesomeness. I love Morgan Freeman. I love Lean on Me. Go watch it. We don't want another principal. We want Mr. Clark. Free Mr. Clark. Free Mr. Clark. Free Mr. Clark. First Wives Club, starring Bette Midler, Diane Keaton, and Goldie Hawn. If you don't know who these three awesome actresses are, kill yourself. No, I'm just kidding. Please don't. I don't think I could handle that. Anyway, the title of the movie kind of explains what the movie is about, but all three of these women's husbands leave them for other women. And in the words of the great Ivana Trump, they decide not to get mad, to get everything. So they form this club, and it's all about getting back at their husbands and doing mean things to them and taking all their money. You don't own me. I'm not just one of your many toys. Ba, 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 ba. Set It Off, starring Queen Latifah, Vivica Fox, Jada Pinkett Smith, and Kimberly Elise. This movie is about those four women. They live in a really bad neighborhood and some bad shit happens to them, and they decide the only way to get the hell up out the neighborhood is to rob some banks. So that's what they do. Some of you might be familiar with a movie that came out starring Ben Affleck called The Town. Yeah, that movie ain't got shit on Set It Off. Set It Off is one of those movies, I don't care how many times I watch that movie, I still have the same reaction every time. It's like I've never seen it before. And if a movie can do that, it's awesome. And last but never least is Crooklyn, which is another Spike Lee movie, and it is starring Delroy Lindo and Alfred Woodard and Zelda Harris, who plays Troy, which is the main character. The movie is just about a family living in Brooklyn. That's it. It's nothing really special about it. Nothing really awesome happens in the movie, but it's just one of those movies that I watched when I was young, and it just stayed with me. It's my favorite movie of all time. I can quote the movie word for word. So yeah, go watch the movie. I think I've mentioned that movie 1,099 times on my channel, so yeah. I ain't no puta. I keep my pajamas clean. So the only person that I want to see struggle through this torture is Keisha from Keisha Forsaken, because I know she has about 999.9 million movies. So yeah, Keisha, stop reading the fan fiction and make a video. That's all that I have for you guys today. If you have any questions, comments, concerns, or if you did this tag and you want to link it down below, go ahead and do that in my belly, and I will talk to you tomorrow.